Have you ever been unhappy, felt unsatisfied, or found that joy just seems to evade you? I know that I have definitely felt that way far more often than I would like to admit, and I know that there are many reasons why people find themselves unhappy, but today I'd like to focus on one particular reason that I believe is often at the root of our unhappiness. Hi, my name is Matthew Marcoux from Pure Witness Ministries, and today I'd like to talk to you about joy and maybe the reason why we lack joy sometimes in our lives. I remember a few years ago coming across this quote from Dr. Peter Kreeft, and it said, "There is one and only one possible road to joy: selfless love." See, this quote really stuck with me because all too often, I find myself struggling with unhappiness and discontentment in life. And it got me paying more attention to why I can so easily lose my joy. And it's true, it does tend to happen when I become too focused on myself. And it's just so easy to get caught up in my own wants and perceived needs that I can fail to stop and consider the needs of other people. And the more focused I become on what I don't have or what I'm lacking in my own life, the more miserable I become. But happily, the remedy to this all too common human condition of unhappiness is simpler than we realize. Um, I, I recall the advice of a priest I know, Father Dennis Phaneuf, who says, "Happiness can be summed up in four little words: just forget about yourself." And it's so true. As soon as I step outside of myself and start seeing other people's needs and start to help them, I start to become more joyful. And it's amazing how much more satisfying life feels when we do good for others. And Venerable Fulton Sheen once said, "Our happiest times are those in which we forget ourselves, usually in being kind to someone else. The man who loses himself finds himself and finds his happiness." Now, isn't that just beautiful? Now, there's a reason for this correlation between being selfless and finding joy. It's because the moment we take our eyes off of ourselves and cast our gaze onto others, we start to live out our call as Christians to become like Christ. And what did Christ do? He loved selflessly. We see throughout the Gospels where he puts the needs of others before himself, and ultimately, he puts the needs of all of us before himself by going to the cross for you and for me. And that's the perfect example of selfless love. And Christ, he calls us to serve, to die to ourselves, and to live a selfless life. And he tells us in the Gospels that those who lose their life for my sake will find it. You see, when we lose our life for Christ's sake, we find the life that we were made for, the life that will lead to eternal happiness. And that joy is available for us here and now through imitation of Christ. So, when you find yourself in need of an infusion of joy in your life, look outside of yourself, and I'm sure you will find plenty of opportunities all around you to serve others. See, life is just teeming with opportunities for us to experience the joy of giving, of serving, of laying down our lives for others, just as Jesus, of whom it says in the book of Hebrews, for the sake of the joy that was before him, endured the cross. After all, as Dr. Peter Kreeft puts it, there is one and only one possible road to joy: selfless love. I'm Matthew Marcoux, and from all of us here at Pure Witness Ministries, God bless.